Sahun Nidhankarinah Shantan Namasye Shirasakrut. Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Who is reading?
I repeatedly bow my head in respect to those Brahmanas who are satisfied with their lot, saintly, priceless, and peaceful. They are the best well-wisher of all living beings.
So Krishna is telling that how much he feels and give importance to Brahmanas, those who are saintly, prideless, and peaceful. So he says that I repeatedly bow my head in respect to those Brahmanas who are having these qualities. Okay. Okay. Read the translation.
O Brahmana, is your king attending to your welfare? Indeed, that king in whose country the citizens are happy and protected is very dear to me.
Next.
Whence have you come, crossing the impossible seas? And for what purpose? Explain all this to us, if it is not a secret, and tell us what we may do for you.
Okay. So after asking him many questions, now he is coming to the point.
Thus, questioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who incarnates to perform his pastimes, the Brahmana told him everything.
Yeah. So now here we go for Rukmini is very nice letter. Very amazing letter Rukmini writes. Because Rukmini is the expansion of Lakshmi Devi. And Lakshmi Devi is expansion of Srimati Radharani. So they all are not ordinary human beings. They are Parshad of the Lord. So they are always with the Lord. It is not that Rukmini first time meeting the Lord and wanting to marry. Rukmini is always with the Lord, being his energy. Sri Rukmini Uvacha Shrutvā Gunān Bhuvana Sundaram Vatam Te Nirvishya Karna Vivarai Harato Angatapam Rupam Drusham Drushitamata Kilarthalaham Vayachyuta Vichitramapatramam Pamme. Somebody?
Sri Rukmini said in her letter, as read by the Brahmana, O beauty, O beauty of the worlds, having heard of your qualities, which enters the ears of those who hear and remove their bodily distress, and having also heard of your beauty, which fulfills all the v- vis- visual desires of those who see. I have fixed my shameless mind upon you, O Krishna.
So here we see that uh, Rukmini is telling that I am very much attracted to your beauty. He says that uh, that he says, "O beauty of the worlds, Bhuvana Sundara." But the point here is she is glorifying the beauty of Supreme Lord Krishna without seeing him. So she is telling that I have not seen you, but you are very beautiful. So how that? Yeah. So that shows that we understand Krishna not by seeing him. We understand Krishna by hearing about him. So when we hear about him, that is equal to seeing him. Another thing is here Rukmini is getting attracted to Krishna. She says, how? Heard of your qualities, and that's how the uh, it has touched the hearts of Rukmini, hearing the qualities of the Lord. So we see that when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, still some issue is there. Hmm? Okay. So what we are discussing? Uh, yeah. So uh, the purpose of our sadhana is to get attracted to Krishna. If that doesn't happen, we will feel like uh, hanging in the air or not achieving things in Krishna consciousness. So, as we are passing years in ashram, the attraction to Krishna should start with being attracted to the what? Sadhana, Shravanam. Because we will not be directly attracted to the way she is attracted so much to uh, okay, devotees serving Krishna. Okay. Seeing other devotees. Okay, they are attracted. Okay. So, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. वो दे दो क्या है ये? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So the attraction to Krishna, the first stage is to get attracted to devotees and specifically the ninefold devotional service. So somewhere when we are attracted either to hearing or reading or worshipping or things like that, then we are on right track. So before we get attracted to Krishna, we should at least attracted to one of the limbs of devotional service. That becomes part of our liking. Then one day we'll gain attraction to Krishna. So she says here that when I heard your qualities which entered uh, in my ears, and then she says that removes bodily distress, which fulfills the desires, and it fixes the shameless mind. So these three things she is telling when we hear Krishna Katha. That first he says harato angatapam, that the tapa that is destroyed, and then he says akhilartha labha, that you achieve the perfection of seeing, and then achyuta, the Lord, the chittam, that is that takes shelter of the Lord. So last three lines is the three effects of hearing Krishna Katha from authorized source. So we see that hearing Krishna Katha is very refreshing, like that. So the way we feel fresh by taking bath, we should be able to feel freshness after hearing Krishna Katha. And you can we can see that whenever we hear Krishna Katha from, like last few days I am hearing this, the whole section, His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, very beautifully, simply, like a nectar river flowing, he speaks, but then that is so much amazing. So we feel refreshed after hearing Krishna Katha, like that. So by hearing Krishna Katha, we become fresh. We give our moroseness, we give our laziness. We so that kind of things are taken care when we are hearing Krishna Katha. And then whatever our desires are there, they are also satiated just by hearing Krishna Katha. And then the mind, as she says here, apatrapam, that is a shameless mind. So that shameless mind also is fixed. So even the great saint Tukaram Maharaj also says, he says that, my dear Lord Vithala, after taking shelter of your lotus feet, where else my mind can go? No, that is like stuck. It says, Ata kote dhave mana, tujhe charana dekhi liya. That after seeing your lotus feet, where else mind can go? So that's what happens when we are fixed. Okay. Then the next, she says, O Mukunda, you are equal only to yourself in lineage, character, beauty, knowledge, youthfulness, wealth, and influence. O lion among men, you delight the minds of all mankind. What aristocratic, sober minded, and marriageable girl of a good family would not choose you as her husband when the proper time has come? So she is glorifying Lord Krishna through this. Another thing, being in one sense unknown to the Lord, she makes sure that uh, Lord doesn't become unhappy, Lord doesn't take it as kind of a unauthorized request from somebody who is unknown girl. So that also can be seen here, that she says that my mind, if you feel that my mind is restless, my mind is shameless, she says, what can be done? Because after coming to you, then everything becomes nice. Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay? Okay, read.
Therefore, my dear Lord, I have chosen you as my husband, and I surrender myself to you. Please come swiftly, O Almighty One, and make me your wife, my dear lotus-eyed Lord. Let Shishupal never touch the hero's portion like a jackal stealing the property of a lion.
Yeah. So specifically here we see that Rukmini was in great anxiety, great need, that she had to call out for Krishna. So one thing is there, that when such things are, we are put into some certain situations like this, more chance is there to take shelter of Krishna, like that. So many times Krishna will not make his devotees live peacefully, like that. That is his great mercy. So he will make sure that somehow or other we become unsettled and take shelter of him. So then that can come some war is there, or some Supreme Court result is there, or so he will not keep us peaceful, where it almost looks like, अरे अभी क्या करने का, what will happen, how things will go, and then the whole future looks very bleak, like that. So that is Krishna's very nice mercy. If everything is so peaceful, then for sure will not have that guts, will not have that very intense desire to take shelter, like that. So although there is no need of putting Rukmini Devi in such state, everything can be peaceful also. It depends on Krishna only. So Krishna only makes things so intense, and then Krishna reciprocates with his devotees. So the purpose of making such intense thing is to churn out the heart of devotee, so that the best surrender comes from such kind of situation. So every situation comes in our life which is intense, should be known that that is mercy of the Lord. That we, otherwise, by our own, very few souls are there who can surrender fully by their own. When there is other souls like us need little push, and then Lord arranges that push, either taking help of our previous karma, or Krishna can make some fresh karmas just so that we can that becomes like a some they positively increase the that reaction, like that. Yeah. Okay, we'll chant this. पूर्तेष्टदत्तनियमव्रतदेव विप्र गुर्वर्चनादिभिरलं भगवान् परेशः आराधितो यदि गदाग्रज एत्यपाणिम् गृह्णातु मे नदमघोषसुतादयोन्ये
If I have sufficiently worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead by pious works, sacrifice, charity, rituals, and vows, and also by worshipping the demigods, Brahmanas, and Gurus, then my Gadagraja come and take my hand, and not Dhammaghosha's son or anyone else.
Yeah. So she is feeling that Lord will not, in case my current status is not sufficient for the Lord to feel that I am qualified, then she is putting all her till now accumulated pious credits so that you can show to the Lord that at least now you give me the chance to be associated with you. So it's like that. I see that how if somebody is going abroad or something for visa purpose, you have to show the bank balance, sufficient bank balance. So then they give visa, understanding that okay. So similarly, here Rukmini is telling that, my dear Lord, if you feel that I am not qualified, then I put all my till now whatever sacrifices, whatever rituals, whatever pious credits I have done, I am ready to, in that exchange of them all, I want you. So this is purport. Somebody read?
The Acharyas comment as follows on this verse. Rukmini felt that no one could obtain Lord Krishna by the efforts of a single lifetime. Therefore, she earnestly pointed out the pious activities she had performed in that life and previous lives, hoping to convince Sri Krishna to come.
Yeah. So generally a devotee will feel surely like this, that maybe one lifetime is not sufficient to get Krishna. So after telling the glory of Krishna, after telling her pitiable situation, after telling that how she is resolved not to be touched by the demon who Shishupal, whom she is married by her elder brother. Now she is telling that what is my desire. शोभाविनि त्वमजितोद्वहने विदर्भान् गुप्तः समेत्य पुतना पतिभिः परीतः निर्मथ्य चैद्यमगधेन्द्रबलं प्रसह्य मां राक्षसेन विधिनोद्वह वीर्यशुल्काम्.
O unconquerable one, tomorrow when my marriage ceremony is about to begin, you should arrive unseen in Vidarbha and surround yourself with the leaders of your army. Then crush the forces of Chaitya and Magadhendra and marry me in the Rakshasa style, winning me with your valor.
Yeah. So she is giving the plan also to the Lord, because Lord has not seen her, Lord doesn't know the place, Lord doesn't know how to. So then she is only telling Lord best way how she can be delivered. Like that. So that shows that three of us, we are always on one boat. We, Guru and Krishna. We are all on one boat, and then Krishna and Guru is helping us to come close. So they are willing and having a sufficient power to do whatever is needed for us to advance. So that's how she is clarifying and giving a plan from her side also, that this is, if you can do like this, that will be nice. Yeah. So why she is telling like that? Purport Prabhupada writes in the Krishna book that she wanted that minimum bloodshed should happen. That if Lord can attack the Vidarbha and carry her, but that she didn't want. That she don't want that there is a full-fledged fight between Yadavas and the army of Bhishmak king. So she doesn't want that. She wants that with less bloodshed this should happen. So that's how she says that you should arrive unseen in Vidarbha and surround yourself with the leaders of your army. So she says that one, don't be too much public, and second is don't come with the full army, just short army, that also army leaders only you come. Okay. अंतःपुरांतरचरी मनित हत्यबंधुन त्वामुद्वहे कथमिति प्रवदाम्युपायम् पूर्वेद्युरस्ति महती कुलदेवयात्रा यस्यां बहिर्नववधूर्गिरिजामुपेयात्
Since I will be staying within the inner chambers of the palace, you may wonder, how can I carry you away without killing some of your relatives? But I shall tell you a way. On the day before the marriage, there is a grand procession to honor the royal family's deity. And in this procession, the new bride goes outside the city to visit goddess Girija.
Yeah. So she is telling that there is a ritual of worshipping Parvati before the marriage. So that is a good opportunity. So all these verses are showing the resolve of Mother Rukmini to marry and being connected in service to Krishna, like that. She is resolved. She is telling that you please come. She is requesting, begging, and then she feels that if that is not possible for Krishna, if Krishna is not responding favorably, that also doesn't change her mind. Whether Krishna responds favorably or unfavorably, my resolve is fixed. This is which shloka? Ashlishya va padaratam pinashtuma adarsha. So whether it's adarsha, you don't respond only, you don't appear only, or you appear and then embrace me. Both cases, you are my worshipful Lord unconditionally. So that's how. So we see that this becomes one very important test for our resolve to attain Krishna. We are telling Krishna that Krishna, whether I am happy or unhappy, whether I am okay, not okay, whether I am feeling your reciprocation or not, I am fully for you only, always. So, our resolve to serve Krishna, our resolve to be in association of devotees, it doesn't depend on even Krishna's reciprocation. Sometimes it may look like Krishna is not responding to our endeavors. Krishna is not understanding my intention. Krishna is not understanding my need. Krishna is not understanding my intensity. So, a devotee gives the key in the hand of Krishna only. Whenever he wants to open it, whenever he wants to strike that relationship, that's up to him. So here it says, Yasyangri pankarajas rajah snapanam mahanto वाञ्छन्त्युमा पतिरिवात्मतमोपहत्यै यर्हम्बुजाक्षनलभेय भवत्प्रसादम् जयामसून्वृतकृशान् शतजन्मभिः स्यात्.
O lotus-eyed one, great souls like Lord Shiva hanker to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet and thereby destroy their ignorance. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, which will have become weak from the severe penances I will perform. Then, after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy.
Yeah. So this is how pure devotee thought process works. Normal person thought process works. I have done this much for you, so please reciprocate, and I am waiting for you. How is it that with so much of endeavor, how can you not reciprocate? So that is his first response. But then second response is more mature, that even if you don't respond, don't think that I'll go here, there. I am always there. So, very nicely that when Tukaram Maharaj, he finds himself surrounded by army of Mughals, when Shivaji Maharaj is there. First he says that how is it possible? He says that I am singing your kirtan, and then in kirtan how is it possible that such disturbance can come? That is very surprising. And then he is almost like asking from the Lord that ye kaise ho gaya ye? What are you doing? So that is his thing. And then immediately he turns. He says, but then even if you do that, I am not going to leave kirtan. So let my head crack into pieces, let all the limbs stop. But then he says that so he says that, na? Yeah. Kirtan Ranga Sodu nahi. So that's how he says. So we see that that is very pleasing to the Lord, that that kind of desire which is unwavering, undisturbed in any situation. That is like Lord, for the Lord that is like nectar, like that. So that's how the Srimad Bhagavatam, when it talks about the definition of dharma, this 2-3 qualifications come. Which one? Huh? First canto. Huh? Savai pamsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. So here is a good example of that, ahaituki apratihata. So whether hetu is there or not can be seen by your response. If hetu is there, you will feel issue when proper reciprocation result is not there. So immediately that can see that we want only good result, we want only good reciprocation from Krishna. So that shows that we have a hetu, that when I am doing Krishna consciousness, Krishna also should behave like this to me, and other devotees also should be very nice to me because I am a devotee. Otherwise, what is the use of chanting 16 rounds if devotees are going to insult me, or Krishna is not going to reciprocate with me? Then what is the point? Then why I am chanting Hare Krishna? So that means we are chanting Hare Krishna for hetu. Hetu is that Krishna should be nice and devotee should be nice, and then atmosphere also should be nice, including my health and other things, because otherwise why I am chanting Hare Krishna? So without hetu and without interruption, and that interruption can happen because of n number of things. Interruption can happen from our side. I don't like it, I don't want it, I don't know the importance of it, and that's how I stop. Or sometimes that stopping can be because of the circumstances. Either Krishna is not properly reciprocating, that's how I have to stop now. Or I want, but the situation is not proper, that's why I have to stop. So sometimes there is a challenge by external forces. But then ahaituki apratihata is what that type of devotional service becomes very pleasing to the heart. And we can see that also, that to the degree our devotional service come close to this, we ourselves can feel greatly satisfied at our heart. If we are too much having so much of return mentality, that this should happen, that should happen, and then when we are serving Krishna, we lose the opportunity to feel that deep satisfaction while performing Krishna consciousness. So here she says that if I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, that is, I'll die, which will have become weak from the severe penance I will perform. Then after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. So whether it is now or later or difficulty, you are my shelter, and then there is nobody else I can turn to. That Radheshyam Prabhu gives that example, that small kid is there and then he is little naughty. Mother tells, no, don't do this, don't do this. And then he is not hearing only. And he is like very angry on mother, that why mother is forcing like this. And then mother gives a tight slap. That is like explosion to his dissatisfaction, and then he starts crying. But then you'll find that small kid, in his eyes there is so much of anger and frustration towards mother. But then he is catching the mother tightly and crying, because he doesn't know anybody else. Now he is angry on mother, he is crying also, but then he is catching mother only. So similarly, devotee also, whether he is happy, unhappy, where else we can go? So he is catching the Lord only. So here he says that if you accept me, I am with you. If you don't accept, still I am with you only, because I will not go here, there. Yeah. So then, Brahmana uvacha ityete guhya sandesha yadudeva maya hrutaha vimrushya kartum yachatra kriyatam tadanantaram. Who is having that?
The Brahman said, "This is confidential message I have brought with me, O Lord of the Yadus. Please consider what must be done in these circumstances and do it at once.
So the Brahmana was doing great service in giving message and giving invitation to Krishna to come and rescue Rukmini. So the Acharyas described that how they compare Rukmini as conditioned soul being trapped in this material world, being haunted by non-devotional forces in this world, and then living entity, if he has very strong desire to get connected to Krishna, then he takes help of Guru, who on his behalf goes to Krishna and requests Krishna to come and rescue. So Guru is directly in touch with Krishna, and then through parampara that connection is always there, like that. So we should know that Srila Prabhupada, Guru, they are at no time they are away from Krishna. It is not that they have to that Krishna is like something third person for them. It's not like that. They are always with Krishna. So that pastime is there when Prabhupada was traveling in train, and then one devotee, he got some hot rice made in the pantry. So I don't know whether that was Yamuna Mataji or somebody else. So no, there are many different instances. So this devotee, now he made the rice, but now he wanted to make it prasad and then offer it to Prabhupada. So there was no altar, but he had a small Prabhupada photo. So Prabhupada is sitting, he kept Prabhupada photo and he was making offering with mantras and things like that. So Prabhupada said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm sitting here." So then he understood his kind of mistake. So then he offered to Prabhupada. So whether he is on the photo, whether he is living, he is always in connection. So that's how when we are seeing Prabhupada, seeing Guru, we should understand that one devotee was very graphically telling this. He said, how would you feel? You are standing there in the temple hall of Radharas Bihari, and then you are taking darshan, and suddenly the Nityanand Prabhu, like that, he's standing, he takes off his hand like that and jumps off, and he comes in front of you. So, or Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur get up and then he just crosses that thing and then comes out. How you will feel that somebody who is on the altar coming down outside the altar and meeting you on the temple hall, like that. So he was telling that we keep the photo of Guru also inside and meet him outside also. So that is great miracle. As much as Nityanand Prabhu comes out and meets you, because these are the personalities inside the altar. They are part of spiritual world only. So the way we will be feel fortunate to see Nityananda Prabhu outside of altar. We should feel fortunate and blessed to see this Guru is coming out and meeting you outside in temple hall also. Like that. So they are not ordinary. They are with Krishna, and then they are somehow by our fortune with us also. Like that. Okay, so this is 1 o'clock now. Any questions before we end? Okay. ठीक है. Yes. Mike.
In this last shloka, Brahmana is actually reading this, looks like he's reading that letter. Krishna could have personally read that letter and he would have understood the mood of Rukmini. This Brahmana, why she chose that Brahmana, or why Krishna told Brahmana, you read, and you tell what exactly it is there.
I don't know whether this was read by Krishna or by Brahmana, but in both ways, effect is same only. Whether generally anybody knows whether it was read by Brahmana or by Krishna. Generally, how the thing is that you get the message and give it to the concerned person, and then concerned person, Brahmana read it. Yeah, so generally how the thing is, in front of king, you give him the least, like you don't bother him. You do the, so that maybe because of that he read it fully, which is audible to Krishna. So why Brahmana was chose? Because he was honest, trustworthy, that he will not go around tell many people that I am going meeting Krishna. So Rukmini wanted some trustworthy person who will not leak the information. So she wanted, so she knew that in this situation which is so sensitive, she cannot trust anybody. Normal messenger she cannot trust. They must be having so many messengers. Their king means in her palace so many messengers would have been there. But she chose Brahmana. And the Brahmana had the maximum penetration anywhere. If some other person would have gone, he may have taken a little more time also to reach to Krishna. Because रुको थोड़ा 4 घंटा बाकी सब मीटिंग वगैरह चल रहा है, हो सकता था. But when it comes to Brahmana, then obviously Krishna will not make Brahmana wait. He will hear him first. So that is also another. Okay.
So before the starting of this particular session, you discussed little bit about like insecurity and all. So like in Rukmini Mai's case, it was like not a sure situation. We can say as an insecure situation whether Krishna will accept it, Krishna will not accept it, he will come or he will not come, but she was totally surrendered. Okay, whatever my fate is there, it's going to be in the hands of Krishna. So if we draw parallel, like if she represents like a sadhaka or a person who is going to be in a brahmacharya ashram, so mostly the principle is same way govern, that Krishna takes care mostly for those people who are like more surrendered. But most of the time it is seen that while joining the ashram, yeah, even if after joining, after spending certain years in brahmacharya ashram, many devotees, they get this particular kind of insecurity kind of feelings in their heart after spending time, or even before also, that what will happen if something happens to me, or some kind of मेरे से गलती हो जाए, or certain politics will happen, and if something will happen to me, what will be about my future, what I will do. I have given my prime youth and the time when I was supposed to make a career in my life, so I have given that. So how to convey this particular message, especially to the person who is going to join, and even after spending certain years, if somebody gets those kind of insecurity feelings, then what will be the advice mostly?
Yeah, so this kind of insecurity is seen normally, that what will happen in future, how things will go and like that. So we see that insecurity is there in material world also in abundance. It is not that material world is full of security and then only insecurity lies in spiritual realm only. So material world also the same situation is there. Who will take care of me? Because nowadays if you see, neither son, daughters, nobody takes care. So many big shots. I was just seeing that one very famous cardiology surgeon who was like the doctor in his era in Pune, very famous. And then he had two sons who also became surgeons, went to America, one was here, there, something. And his wife also was surgeon only. But then later part of his life, he was staying in Vruddhashram, although his sons were there. And then he died alone only. And for his funeral, nobody came. So this Vruddhashram people only did his funeral. So people were like very angry and things like that. But what to do is like that's the fact. So what will happen, that is, even material life things are so uncertain and cannot be, you will not always get what you want. So that is from the material side. Another thing is that in spiritual realm there are many options. If something doesn't work, we are not kind of stuck in one option only. So because our Krishna consciousness movement is so vast, so many opportunities, so many services, so many things are there, that if one thing doesn't work, it's not that that is the end of life. So it's like that. There are so many ways by which we can keep serving and pursuing our career or whatever. So we are not at complete loss or something, even on material thing. And the life which we have accepted has inherent insecurity. It has inherent risk. With that understanding only we have entered. And we can't blame anybody for that. For example, somebody had joined army. He had joined the army with understanding that any time I can be shot. And if he is shot, he can't blame the government. that where is my security, because that is understood that that is a risky job. But then some people like to take that risk, and they feel great adventure in that risk. So it's like that. So basically वो बोलते हैं ना, वो सर पे कफन बांध के टाइप एटीट्यूड है. सो पता है ना, कफन कफन का मतलब पता है ना क्या होता है? क्या होता है कफन? हाँ, वो सफ़ेद कपड़ा रहता है, तो डेड बॉडी के ऊपर डालते हैं वो. तो व्हाट ही डज इज़, अगर मैं मर गया तो लोगों को यहाँ वहाँ ढूंढने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. वो कपड़ा लेके ही चलता हूँ मैं, सर पे बांधता हूँ उसको, ताकि कुछ हो गया तो सर से निकाल के तुरंत ऊपर डालने का. तो ऐसा. सो दैट इज़ ही लिव्स विथ दैट. हरे कृष्णा. Okay, so what was going on? हाँ, तो that is yeah, so that is inbuilt. That is so that I think this very nice that Doha type is there, which he says कबीरा खड़ा बाजार में लिए लुकाटी हाथ, घर जो अपना फूके चलो हमारे साथ. कि ये मैं खड़ा हूँ बाजार में मशाल लेके, जिसको मेरे साथ आना है ये मशाल ले लो, घर को आग लगाओ, चलो. तो so that is the spirit of brahmacharya ashram. He feels very happy to burn his home like that. Like, तो ऐसा घर को आग लगा के हाथ सेकूं ना सा. He goes, you know, so like that. So that is detachment. That much detachment is needed, basically. So when that much detachment is there, and you are happy to live with that adventurous life, you will be happy always. Again, we can see that that kind of insecurity comes because of association only. If you are too much living, interacting with unhappy people, insecure people, they will fuel your insecurity. तो वो बात भी ऐसे ही करेंगे, ये देखो उसका क्या हो गया, हमारा क्या होगा, तो इसका भी विकेट उड़ने वाला है अभी, मैं जानता हूँ अंदर का बात. तो ऐसा ही सब सुनते रहेंगे तो फिर क्या होगा. तो we should be in good association, not in risky zone association, like that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ready? What time?
जो आश्रम